Right in the heart of a silver bullet.
Yeah. I think they plotting on man. Don't wipe their feet when they enter the L.A.R. I feel a cold stare.
When class was ending, he's like, oh, like, no. Like, you take black or African American, you black. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not black. I'm actually African.
Look, I'm tired of you guys coming in my life every time saying, oh, you're black. You don't want to admit that you're black. Come to the life and I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm not black. I'm Brazilian.
I'm not black. I'm Jamaican. Like, scratch that. I'm not black. I'm Canadian. What kind of Canadian are you? I'm Jamaican.
Let me say that again. I am not black, okay? Hear me out. Growing up, my mom absolutely hated when we refer to ourselves as black. She's like, you're not black, you're Nigerian, you're African.
Do you identify as black or Ethiopian?
Definitely Ethiopian.
You Ethiopian first, and then, like, you don't consider yourself black at all?
No, I've never considered myself as a black.
I'm not black, I'm African.
Is that not black?
No.
Oh.
It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? I came in a plane, they came in chains.
As someone who was born and raised outside of the U.S., we had never identified ourselves as a color. It was always as a nationality. This is where we come from. This is who we are. I was always a Haitian.
Not to beat a dead horse, but maybe someone can enlighten me on when everything switched and when everybody started switching the narrative and saying, "No, we're all black. We're all black. We're all black. We're all the same. There's, there's no difference. We're just all black. What's wrong with you, foundational Black Americans? What's wrong with you guys? Why would you tell us that we're not black? Like, well, you told us that you weren't black first. So when did it switch? Why did it switch? But nobody has an explanation for that though, right? That's why you gotta keep your receipts. You gotta keep your receipts in your archives.
When we have the discussion about somebody not being black, people overlook this part of it where people have made it explicitly clear that they're not black. And people have been coming to this country doing that for decades. I had an old college professor who was Caribbean who said, when he got, no, I don't want to be considered black because I don't want the treatment that goes with it. So I'm not black. And that's what he was saying when he came here in college, and he wound up having a racist experience, and he went back to his college roommates like, yo, they treated me like this because I'm black. And he said his roommates then was like, no, you remember, you're not black. We ain't trying to hear that. You're not black. And he was like, oh, shoot. Yeah, I see what I did. But everybody else wants to play this game in my opinion, because of the whole, let's just say, MAGA era of America and them banging on immigrants, right? Now it's like, oh, brother, we all black and we all together. It's like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can't have it both ways. Not anymore. You used to have it both ways, and you benefited off of having it both ways. I'm not black, but I want these benefits that's under blackness. I'm gonna take them, but I'm not black. If I do something bad, it's them black people. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? Because we are good people from this wherever land and wherever we at. We would never do nothing janky. But when we do something janky, it's them black folks. Right. But after a while, part of this conversation is also other people who are not black Americans like, you're black. And no, I'm not. So this is not just a conversation you're having with black Americans. You're having this conversation with the rest of America. With or without us, you told us, and you've told these other people you're not black. So when we say, okay, we just gonna make a distinction, like you, all of you are whatever y'all are, and we're this. And then it's, oh, no, we all one, we all come from Africa. We all no. We created. Now you got Caribbeans. Basically, we created the American culture. Like, oh, okay, right. Okay, so you want to take some black credit again, but once again, we all want when I want to take credit for something you created. You know, that's like me going to Jamaica and going, "Hey man, we all black, we all Jamaicans," because us Black Americans created reggae in this country, in Jamaica. We did it. We really wasn't here like that, but we came down here. It was one of us. One of us came down, and we was like, "Yeah, man, let me show y'all how to do this." And see, we created it. Mm-hmm. Right. Doesn't that make sense? We went to the Dominican Republic and Haiti, and we created whatever, we created whatever y'all got over there. Yeah. Cool. That's what we did. Whatever's we created black rice. It was because we black, and really wasn't no black Americans in that on that island like that, but we did it because it was one person that we know existed possibly, and they did it. Yeah. Hmm. See, this is how this is going to keep this exploitation at your convenience is a problem. And then here's the other thing. All of this stuff is happening in the United States of America. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is like, you people are coming from other places. If you're coming from Africa, the tribalism and the I'm from here and you from there is going on all over in Africa. Ain't no unity like that. If you're in the islands, people come from a different island on your island. Hey man, go on back home. Yeah, right. We all different. We don't like y'all. We don't rock with y'all. Okay, and y'all act like we don't see it. Right. If you go in the UK, you see how the Windrush generations, how it was predominantly Jamaicans, and now Africans came, and I was like, now it's a Africans versus Jamaicans because like it's a disrespect there. And now you come in and y'all come here and y'all really trying to do the same thing. And it's like, oh, okay. See, we're not the problem. And that's the other thing about Black Americans. We're not the problem in the whole issue with the diaspora war and delineation. We're not the problem. Y'all all came here. We didn't go there. You get what I'm saying? We didn't. So we didn't go to your country and say, "Hey man, it's mine now." Because we made everything here. It's like, no. And I get some of y'all say y'all come here. We came here because it's white people's country and white land and white. Yeah, okay. So how come you wasn't coming here during Jim Crow? Because y'all got opportunity. Yeah, we made Black Americans made the opportunities here for you to think it was possible to have opportunities here. But I get it. What have you guys done lately? What have you done yesterday? Well, because that's what it comes off as. We could start talking about it. Then you're gonna get mad. Oh, all the great things you did was in the past, and that was yesteryear. It don't matter now because we here now. Oh, okay. Well, here's a question. Really, what are y'all doing so great here that we haven't put the blueprint down for? The whole Black diaspora. There's nothing that you guys consider yourself successful doing here that we already haven't trailblazed. Y'all not really going through the minefield like that. Y'all not really, y'all not really taking on the slings and arrows and having to go against the government. Y'all don't do that. You know what I mean? So even in that aspect, it's like, yeah, you tripping. And past that, here's where things get a little difficult. You're proud of your country, wherever you're from, but you generally don't want to go back and live in your country, wherever you're from. not because of Black Americans, because you don't like how the Black people in your own country either run your own country or how can I say, interact with each other in your own country. That's not our fault. You know what I'm saying? You don't think your own people in your own countries are willing to sacrifice to make it a, a comfortable place to grow and like you would in quote unquote America. That's not our issue. We aren't the problem. And it's cool. Y'all don't want to be Black. Cool. We get it. It is not an issue. It's not a hate. It's not an FU. It's like, okay, you, we're us. What's the problem? And then part of it is like, part of it comes off like you're arrogant enough to diss us, but when it's time to stand on your own 2 feet in your own merit, since you want to take the good of us and dump the bad of y'all on us. Now it's time to stand on your own 2 feet. Now it's like, no, 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 no. Wait, brother. It's like, no, 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 we're not doing that. We're Black, fine. We good with that. We're Black Americans in America. And we go to other countries. And here's the crazy part. Generally, we go to other countries and we act very respectful to the people of there. It's like, why am I going to go to somebody else's homeland and just be a jerk? That's not our thing. But what is coming off is all of y'all other groups, that's becoming to be y'all thing. And some of y'all, and I'm going to say this before I end this. Part of the issue with that is some of y'all came here and y'all was ashamed to be where y'all were really from. So y'all was saying y'all was everything else. Y'all came here talking about, you was African, saying you was Jamaican. You get what I'm saying? Like you're from an island claiming you're American. That was y'all. That wasn't us. So at this point, it's like, all as our grandparents used to say, all we gotta do is stay Black and die. Y'all be y'all, we'll be us, and we can get along like that. And if you got a problem with us being us, that's a you problem. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Tell me what you think. Catch you on the next one. Peace.